All-Star break is in a couple days, which means that we won't be seeing any NBA basketball for 6 days. Now, not only is the All-Star break fun for fans because we get to see stuff like the Rising Star game, the dunk contest is pretty bad now, but the three-point contest and obviously the All-Star game. But All-Star weekend is also great for the players because they finally get to have some rest in their insanely long and busy schedule. Now, when players get rest like this during a season, it can change a lot of things for a team. We've seen before teams get better after All-Star breaks because they're finally all rested up, or teams that got worse because they took a break. So today, I'm going to go over some teams that I think will have some changes in the standings after All-Star break and my overall predictions on where they will be at the end of the year. Starting off with the Pelicans. Man, I've been so disappointed with the Pelicans this year, and it's not really their fault because what can they do when it comes to injuries hitting them left and right? But it's just upsetting to see how much potential and how hyped up this team was before the year, and just seeing where they are now, it just sucks. It sucks to see. And with Zion apparently hurting his foot even more, being out for weeks after the All-Star game, it's just not looking good for the team. It's really not. Now, if you're a Pelicans fan though, this is not the end of the world. I have some good news for you. This has to be the lowest of the low. I don't see the Pelicans getting any worse. I don't see them going below where they are now. They just went through a 10-game losing streak, which is crazy, but I don't see them getting any worse. I see them only going up from here. Now, I don't think that they'll be the top 3 seed that everyone was expecting them to be earlier this year, but they'll be a solid playoff team. Now, if injuries do hit, I see them maybe getting out in the first round, but that's not anything to worry about. I think the Pelicans will be okay. They just won't be as high up as everyone thought they'd be. So with Zion coming back later in the year, I have this team as a 5th seed in the West. The Phoenix Suns. Me and everyone else in the world is so excited to watch Kevin Durant play with this team. I cannot wait. I have such high hopes for this team, and I don't think that they'll have any chemistry problems or any really big issues starting when Kevin Durant comes back, because just recently Kevin Durant and Booker all played together in the Olympics, and they did win that, so they can play as teammates. It also seems like that was one of the reasons why Kevin Durant wanted to go to Phoenix so bad, was because he has a great relationship with Booker and Chris Paul. I think they just all love basketball so much over on that team, and he just really fits in there. Now, what I am hoping for is to see DeAndre Ayton play some good basketball. I don't know what it is, man, but I just love seeing DeAndre Ayton succeed. If anything, he's been mediocre. I wouldn't call him a bust or anything crazy like that, but he's definitely not like a #1 pick talent. Now, the big thing with the Suns that everyone talks about is obviously their depth. I don't see this being a problem, especially because the buyout market, I see the Suns being very aggressive in that, trying to build up their bench and build up their depth. So yeah, I don't see that being a problem. I think that they'll end the season being in the top 3 in the Western Conference, and maybe even 2. I don't see them taking the Nuggets spot though. The Sacramento Kings. Now, I went over this a little bit in my last video where I talked about the trade deadline, but I just see the Kings dropping in the Western Conference. I don't think they're a 3rd seed team at all. With Kevin Huerter's 3-point percentage decreasing every month, it's actually looking frightening. I'm scared. As a Kings fan myself, I am scared. I just hope Kevin Huerter gets a lot of rest during the All-Star break and comes back and kind of get that groove back, because he was doing so good at the beginning of the year and just kind of just started falling off out of nowhere. He will be in this year's 3-point contest, so that will be interesting to see. Hopefully he could put on a show and not shoot like how he has been recently. Fox and Sabonis both being All-Stars is so beautiful. I could literally cry right now on camera. Get ready to see one of their jerseys behind me in a future video, because you best believe I am buying an All-Star Fox or Sabonis jersey right away. Fox is also leading the league in the Clutch Player of the Year race. It's all just so amazing. As a Kings fan myself, I am so happy to watch this team, but like I said, I don't think they're a 3rd seed. I see them being a 6 or 7 seed at best, with them having absolutely no backup center. I mean, having Trey Lyles and Chimezie Metu playing backup center minutes, crazy. Not to mention that the bench is really inconsistent. Some days you'll have Malik Monk go crazy, other days he'll be terrible. Some days Terrence Davis looks like goddamn Michael Jordan, other days he's not even playing. Like, it's the weirdest thing. There's really just no consistency off the bench. Either way, the Kings are a playoff team, and I absolutely love it. Amazing. I can't even put out words right now because it's so amazing to see. Sorry for interrupting the video, but I'm editing this right now, and I realized I just started talking about the Lakers out of nowhere. I didn't even have like a transition into it, so I just wanted to give you guys the warning before I just go on this complete rant. The Lakers win 1 game. Everyone goes crazy on my timeline. Everyone always saying, oh my god, they're playoff bound. They're back in the playoffs. LeBron's gonna get his 5th championship. When in reality, they are not good. With or without Russell Westbrook, which by the way, I cannot wait to see Russell play with a different team this year. I think he'll have a season like how he was with the Wizards, where he still played really good. He's just not in LA anymore. It's all great. But like I was saying, the Lakers are just bad. They're 21st in offense and defensive ratings. And now that LeBron broke Kareem's record, his ass is eating popcorn on the bench. He does not care about LA. He does not want to be there. He wants to play with Bronny. It's over. It's over, LA. Enjoy the rebuild. With that being said, I see the Lakers missing the playoffs this year. Not saying that they won't be in the play-in, but they will not be a playoff team. Now, over in the East, I have to say right now, the New York Knicks have surprised me. Only a year after the entire entire Knicks fan base was hating on Julius Randle for being a completely shit player, even though he was still playing good. He's back to being an all-star, which is so great to see. I love seeing the Knicks fans be happy. Not to mention them bringing in Jalen Brunson, who has been playing amazing and I think should be an all-star as well. But, you know, we're not going to get too deep in that conversation. Also, the Josh Hart acquisition is fucking beautiful. I mean, I knew right after seeing Jalen Brunson's reaction that it was going to be a good pickup for the team, but he has been playing a lot better than I expected, and I just love seeing that all on the court. But if there's one thing that Knicks fans are waiting to happen, it's for Tom to get fired. I've seen so many people complain that Tom is just a terrible coach, and being someone who had to watch Luke Walton coach my team, I feel so bad for you guys. But other than that, you guys are still playing good basketball. You're in the playoff race right now, which is great to see. I'm very happy for the Knicks fans out there. But I do want to say to the Knicks, please trade Derrick Rose. I want to see this man play basketball, please. Or fire Tom. Actually, now that I think about it, just fire Tom. The Brooklyn Nets. I'm gonna be honest right now, I do not give two shits if this team loses games. This is a fun team to watch. And if I'm gonna be completely honest, I have more fun watching this team play than the team with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. I don't know if that's because I enjoy watching teams that kind of build up more than just trade for superstars and try to build a super team, but they're just fun to watch. Now, the Cam Thomas hype has slowly died down. He went from dropping 40-point games back to back to dropping like a 7-point game yesterday, but I'm not counting him out, okay? I'm not gonna say, oh, he's a flop, his run's over. He's still a great player. The team is still amazing to watch. Now, I do see the Nets being a play-in team, or maybe even out of the play-in, but still, they're a fun team to watch. Now is kind of the time to tank, though. So there's a couple of the main teams I wanted to go over. Let me know down in the comments where you think your favorite team will be at the end of the year. I'm always down there replying to people. If you want to hear my amazing takes on this year's NBA trade deadline, be sure to click the video up on the screen. But before you do that, like and subscribe on this video. I appreciate it. See you guys all next video. Later.